Bom dia from Brazil. I'm living outside a big city called Recife in a town called Dois Unidos, which is like the Radcliffe of the Manchester area. Beautiful, as you all know. I don't know if you can see behind me that this is our community. Let's see, up there on the hillside, that's the favela type area. They don't like being called favelas here, so it's the community, and that's where the project is that I'm working on, or should be working on, with the teenage girls. So I've been here for 8 months now. The first 4 months were getting settled in, and then started the work on the project, which was going really well. And then we've spent the next 4 months down in lockdown, which has been a bit strange, but I'm sure you can all relate to that over in the UK. Obviously, the theme of camp this year is to do with the word, and so I just thought I would talk about how that's been important to me in this time. So I came out here with the plan of working for 2 years and making a difference in this community, and then spent 4 months, mostly sat inside, not being able to do the activities that we'd planned. And so you start to question, God, why is it that you've sent me here in this time, and now I just seem to be doing nothing? And if I didn't have the Word and the Bible, I probably would start to feel a bit of despair. But there's been some really encouraging verses that I've read in this time. So firstly, that God has plans for our lives, and they're the best plans that we can possibly live in. So whether it's exactly what I planned or not, it's part of God's plan. So whatever is going on, maybe we'll never know what the purpose of all this was, but it's how God intended it to be, in my mind. Another verse that's been really important is that we make plans in our hearts, and then God actually is the one that directs our steps. So with all this, I came here with a plan in my heart of what it was I was going to be doing with the children here and with the teenage girls, and it's not happened how I planned, but I believe that God has it in control, and that he obviously knew this virus was coming when I was coming out here, and so this is part of what his plan was. And so because of that, I've been trying to spend this time trying to work out what it is that God wants me to do. We've still been able to work up in the community. A lot of the children get their food from coming to our project, and so we've been able to make up food parcels several times and deliver them to the families in the community. So that's been really rewarding. And then with the time where I've been inside, I've been trying to work out how I can prepare myself to work more effectively afterwards. So I've been doing an online course to do with mission work, and I really feel like that has changed my view of what I should be doing and how I should be more effectively talking about the love of God to the people in this community. I've managed to carry on with my Portuguese lessons, so obviously that will be a help. And I really believe that God's got plans for us each day, like plans that he wants us to do to make a difference in the world. So every day I've been waking up and praying about what it is that God wants me to do each day, and trying to make the most of that. So whether that's been helping my neighbours, or we've been having online Bible studies, praying for people, just like giving some sort of encouragement. That's what I've been trying to do, and I'm hoping in August we'll be able to go back to the project and get back on with the work. So I just really want to encourage you that reading the Bible can just make such a difference in your heart and your mindset when you're feeling like lost or down or confused. I know it's a massive book, so it's difficult to find exactly verses. So what I do is go on Google or on the YouVersion Bible app and type in just a word to describe my feelings, I suppose, and then they come up with suggestions of Bible verses which are really helpful. So in this time I've been Googling verses to do with waiting, and I think it's really made a difference in my life. So hopefully next time I speak to anyone, I'll be working back at the project and feeling like I'm physically making a difference. But for all of you, all of us have been so trapped all this time, and I just want you to see that the Bible is so encouraging. There's so much there. Read through points, pray about them, and speak to each other, because we've got this app. We did start the Bible study and like reflecting on verses after last year's camp. I really want to encourage you that that is really helpful. If you think back to this time last year and how much you were into it, I think maybe starting that up again would be a really good idea. So I'm really gutted that nobody got to go on real camp. I really hope that you make the most out of virtual camp and that you really feel like you learned something. And I'll see you back on the field in a couple of years. Ciao, ciao.